everybody, this is Craigslist. This is going to be another pickups video. This is going to be the pickups video that I alluded to in my previous video about the flea markets where I got a pretty good Craigslist deal. So it worked out, and I met the guy today, and this is the stuff that I got. I was pretty happy. This is a Game Boy lot, and this is a pretty good deal. I'm really happy about this. So there were 3 systems that came in this lot. The first one is this green Game Boy Pocket. Now, I already have a Game Boy Pocket that's green, so I don't need this one. It doesn't have a battery cover or anything. If any of the other ones would have been missing a battery cover, I probably would have passed on it, but since there was one I already have, I can just scrap this out, use it for parts, harvest the screen or the buttons or something like that. I'll just have it sitting somewhere, so not a big deal. There's another Game Boy Pocket, and it's the silver version. Now this one's pretty rough. There's some scratches here, there's a pretty big paint chip there, and there's a lot of scuffs up on the back. However, I haven't really seen a lot of these, and this is actually the least rare of the silver editions. There are 2 silver editions. One has this black screen surround, and another one has a silver screen surround. Now the silver I've seen a lot less of. They're far more scarce. And as far as I can tell, they're probably going to run me a little bit more money. So eventually I'm going to want to replace this. As of right now, I'm really not too worried about it. I mean, it'll look fine on the shelf. Looking from far away, the only thing you can really see is this scuff. But honestly, it'll be okay for now. I will definitely look to replace it, but not immediately. It's fortunate that it wasn't the silver screen surround, in that it would have been more expensive to replace, but at the same time it is unfortunate because I would have liked to have that one because it's harder to find. But nonetheless, still pretty decent edition. That puts me on 4 out of 14 of the Game Boy Pockets. The other Game Boy is the Game Boy Color, and I finally got my atomic purple Game Boy Color. I know this is very common, but this is the color I had when I was little, and I say that I don't want to spend more than $15 on a Game Boy Color, and with this one being the most common, I really didn't want to even spend that. I mean, just call me cheap, but I like to cut my, or save myself some money where I can. So, got this as part of the deal, much less than $10 when everything's all said and done, so really happy with this, and it's in pretty good shape. It's got the battery cover, and yeah, that just puts me on 4 out of 14 of the Game Boy Colors. So that's put me at almost a third. Over a third. Almost a third. So it's pretty good. Now, it also came with 6 games. And these games are actually pretty good games, I would say. They're not as good as my other Game Boy Color lot where I got like 12 awesome games for the price. It's not that good, but it's still pretty decent. The first game here is Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. This is not the DX version, so it's just going to play with the standard conversion or color conversion. If any of you don't know, if you plug in a Game Boy or Game Boy Pocket game into a Game Boy Color, on the startup screen, if you press some certain combinations of the D-pad and the B and A buttons, you can make the game play in a different color setting. Otherwise, it just has a default one that it goes to, and it's just kind of like a black and white thing. But you can make it like go in red and green and all kinds of colors. The Link's Awakening DX version has some predetermined colors. It's not full color, but it's close, but it still plays in original Game Boys. So this is worth about $7.50. Which, not a bad price at all for that game. The next game is Bomberman. Now this says Bomberman GB on it, so I don't know what that is. I haven't been able to find any specific information on Bomberman GB, just Bomberman. But I think this is worth like $3, so it's really not worth the hassle, like worrying about the GB. I am looking to sell that. I am also looking to sell Legend of Zelda. And all but one of the games came with game cases, by the way. The next game is Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. Now this has some sun fading on the top. It's pretty significant. And I would imagine what happened is the guy like left it in his Game Boy and like set it on a ledge or something, and it just got baked by the sun for a year or more. But I mean, that's not a big of a deal. I really don't like having Mario games on my Game Boys for some reason. I'd much rather have like a puzzle game or like a Pokemon game or something like that, just because I feel like Mario should be played on a platform, like a console. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. The next game is Earthworm Jim. Now this is Earthworm Jim 2 something the Galaxy, so I don't know. I looked up the price of the Earthworm Jim 1, and it was like $4, but I think Earthworm Jim 2 is worth a little bit more. And this is a black cartridge, so I think this does have semi-color for the Game Boy Color. I'll have to do some more research on that. The other two games, the two games that I'm the most excited about, and the two games that I think made this lot even more worth my money. The first one is Pokemon Yellow. Now this has some sun fading as well, but it's not as severe. I've been wanting another Generation 1 game so I can kind of exploit the ability that I have to trade between Game Boys, since I have so many of them. Evolve my Pokemon and do all this other stuff, and so I've been wanting another Generation 1. Specifically, I would have wanted to get Yellow, and I finally got Yellow, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not really worried about the condition of the game. I'm more worried about the condition of the consoles. The games I'm not going to really have displayed, at least right now. And then the other one is Pokemon Silver. Now, I had Pokemon Gold as a kid. I got it on launch. Never had Silver. I got Gold like basically when I was falling out of the Pokemon. So it's nice to have this, and that I have Generation 1, 2, 3, and 4 now. And I think that after I'm done with my Game Boys, or on the tail end of my Game Boy collecting, I'll start trying to put together a complete set of Pokemon games for the Game Boy. I think that'd be fun. And I just love all the different colored cartridges. I think it adds a lot of character. And I really just love the series. I think it's just such a well-done series. So there we go. There's the 3 Game Boys here. 1 for parts, 2 for the collection, which puts me on 11 out of 48, and 6 games, 2 of which I'll be keeping. And the big question now is the price. And for all that, I paid $30. It was listed on Craigslist for $35, and I just asked the guy, "Hey, is the price firm?" Just to see, and he's like, "No, it's not firm at all. Make me an offer." I was like, I probably could get away with offering 25, but I just figured I might as well offer 30 and see what happened, and he was okay with it. So overall, I would have paid $30 for these guys, or I would have paid $30 for these guys. But to get both, I mean, it's a pretty good deal in my opinion. I can sell these games here, probably make about $20. So overall, not a bad deal at all. I think I end up spending about $10 or $15 on the whole thing. So I'm very happy with that. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for everyone who submitted questions for my 100 subscribers pre-video. As of now, that video is closed off to comments, so no more questions can be asked. I'll be making the video either tonight or tomorrow, and I'll have it up as soon as I can. And I'm also going to do the shout-outs video, shout out a couple guys that have more subscribers than me, some that have less subscribers to me, and just see where things go. So be looking for some content in the next couple days. I'm going on vacation starting Thursday the 5th, and I should be back the 11th. I have a multi-part video that I'm going to upload before I leave, and I'll just make them private for now, and then I'll publicize them one by one as the vacation goes on, so I can keep you guys some content to you guys while I'm away. So look forward to that. I'm not going to release the content of the video just yet because I want it to be a surprise, but I think you guys will like it. I think it's going to be a good series of videos. So thank you guys for watching. Thank everybody for subscribing, and I'll see you guys within the next day for sure.